very happy to be here. And I don't even know where to start again because, when Professor Babidele has spoken and Professor Albino joined him, there's nothing left to say. And Professor Babidele never stopped captivating me since the first time I met him, though you may not remember, in Nile University in Abuja, and it's also for this workshop on clean energy. So, summary of some of the things that he said yesterday was that we are not going to give anything to Rose on the platter of gold just because we are ladies, but we have to know our onions. So, and on the basis of that, what we are going to say is that we are not going to give anything on a platter of gold just because we are ladies or we are women, but we are also going to earn whatever is given to us. So I am here just to motivate and just give a face to how will I put that? Just give a face to women that are working hard, or career women that are also researchers and also lecturers. So, and I said yesterday that a woman achievement is a collective achievement. So sometimes some of us could think that the road is very rough, so it's better that I go back. Please don't go back, because we are in this together. So whatever you experience, what I've experienced, or what I'm experiencing, we all have this thing together. So we are going to achieve this together, and nothing will be offered to us on the platter of gold, and we are going to earn every single thing. So we are just going to explore gender inclusion in AI and STEM. We are just going to talk about something that is currently happening, and it's not going to be something technical. Like I told you, we are going to look at it from a woman point of view. And just like we said, I'm a computer science lecturer, and Prof has said that there's a distinction between a lecturer and a researcher. So I'm a computer science lecturer and a machine learning researcher from Olabisi Onabanjo University in Galway. So these are the things that I'm going to talk about very briefly. The current landscape in Nigeria, the barriers that our female are facing. The essence of telling us this barrier is for us to know that it is there, and it is not going to go away unless we take it away ourselves. So we talk about some of the strategies, some take home and conclusion. And to start with, AI and STEM, they are growing rapidly. And this is not just from the computer science point of view, but from other sciences, engineering and mathematics. And there's a gender gap. Prof told us yesterday that the gap is not only gender, but this my talk is going to be based on gender only. Because I know that even we as Black, there's also that disparity there. Even some of the courses or some research areas that we choose, there's also disparity. But this talk is going to be on the gender parity. And then we are going to be exploring a lot of things here and provide some strategies for promoting gender inclusion and some case studies here. And the aim is just to provide a comprehensive overview of inspiring actions and gender inclusivity in education and industries. So, okay, so globally, some that we are seeing is that if you have 3 researchers, it is possible, not certain, that at least you get one that is a woman, and then women will hold a 25% job place in STEM globally, and even ICT. Then just mere 17% in the international world, and women are 2 times less likely than men to know how to write computer program. Though some of these things are changing now, but nonetheless, the fact is still there. So, for Nigeria, we will see that we also record the same trend here, that we have just 21% of the STEM workforce for women, and only 15% of women in AI, whether in research or in the industry or for startup or for innovation. So, what are some of these barriers? We mentioned some of them yesterday, like societal, gender stereotype, like some courses are just marked for male, like engineering, some mechanical engineering, and Dr. Talia also gave us some rich statistics yesterday of the kind of female statistics that they have in their department. And I also said that even me as computer science, we have over 22 lecturers in my department. We're just 2 female there. And also the cultural norms that ladies, our place is just in the kitchen or to breed children. So because of that, some people, though we have more female in this industry now, but the fact is still that deep down, some men or parents still think that their girls are better off without education. So these are some of the things that is affecting our female or their size or their number in the industry. Then there's also this lack of visible female role model. And I'm sure that that's one of the reasons why we have many female here yesterday, so that you will see that you are not alone in this field, whether it's for research in STEM, or for innovation, or for startup, you have women. So this lack of female role model is actually affecting our numbers. Then also gender bias and discrimination, because women in STEM fields, discrimination starts from the hiring, when they think that women can't do this, and also for promotion and work culture. But for research, we see that some of the data set that we gather for face recognition for AI consists majorly of male face characteristics, which affects or gives bias when you are using female face for classification or for recognition, and also for speech. But this is basically where we have the algorithm bias. And I said it the last time for our last workshop, and also saying it today, that whatever we build, our AI model is as smart as our data. So if you have a smart data set, then you have a smart model. But if you don't have a smart data set, then you can't have a smart model. And the data set that you use to train your model is where the bias is. So we also encourage that, not even only for female also, we encourage that we want to domicile AI, just like Prof is telling us now, that whatever innovations we do, it is better that we domicile it. So if we domicile AI also, then that means that we have to domicile using our local data set. Professor Abikoye also collected IRIS data set, but a local one, which is also an innovation and is novel also. And these are the kind of things that remove bias from algorithms. So some of the strategies that we encourage us to use to promote gender inclusion in AI: one, mentorship programs. This program that we are having now, AI for FS, is also like a mentoring program where you encourage women and girls, and also provide guidance and encouragement for them. And this program can also help women to develop skills and confidence necessary to succeed in this field. So you attend such program, or we try to bring up such programs. It encourages ladies and female, and also educational outreach, like after school program, summer schools, boot camps, and workshops like this. also encourage and bring out the female to attend, because when you attend workshops like this, there are many thought-provoking decisions or discussions that people bring up, and you see many people asking questions that will give you idea. I came with 2 of my master students. So the other one yesterday, you know, he got excited by some of the discussions that we were having here on the high table, and I'm sure that he did not sleep at all yesterday because of some of the comments that we had here, which is going to add positively to his research. Another one is diversity and inclusion. This one does not need any discussion anymore because Professor Bandile gave us all what we needed yesterday. But on the inclusion policy, we could also include initiatives such as unconscious bias training, which is some of the things that we have discussed earlier when we started this workshop. The flexible work arrangement and gender neutral languages. You know, now workshops that we attend now, some of them even have a care. You know, they have daycare or nursing room for nursing mothers to attend. You know, that's another form of encouragement. Or probably they elongate women maternity holiday. I'll say that is a holiday. Women maternity holiday, just to encourage women to come to STEM and also stay. So some of the case studies, I will just review briefly some case studies of gender inclusion in STEM in Nigeria. And we have this she code. Some of these things that I'm going to mention, they are just some, but we have so many of them that I can't exhaust. So this She Code Africa, what they do is that they offer coding boot camps, mentorship program, and networking opportunities for women. So they actually go as far as going to high school. They employ the junior students and the senior secondary students and train them on STEM, not only on AI alone. Then this program that we are having now, this is Artificial Intelligence for Female in STEM, also this project is based on Sustainable Development Goal 4, 5, and 10. And our aim, the aim of this project is to address the skill gap and barrier to industry associated with female gender in STEM. Note that word, the female gender. So for this project, we organize training workshop and industrial immersion program and internship opportunity. We have our hub at the Summit University in Offa. Another one coming up, and actually was Gania. She's not here now. She introduced this one, Artificial Intelligence for Women in Aquaculture, and the aim of that project to give assessment and analysis of AI techniques to aquaculture system and critical gender analysis. So they are tendering this one also towards gender analysis towards the female, but in aquaculture. Another one is data science Nigeria. This data science Nigeria, they are actually the largest AI community that we have in Nigeria, and their aim is to produce 10 million, okay, I'm confused now, is it 1 million or 10 million talents in Nigeria in the next 10 years, 1 million Nigerian talents in the next 10 years. So that's their aim. They organize boot camp also, online training from time to time, just to encourage young people, graduates, undergraduates, they even have a research hub for researchers and try to connect researchers to experts outside of the country. But they also have what we call ladies in AI, they call it LIE. So their ladies in AI is on Telegram, practical about it, and they meet often and ask questions. You know, they come and their goal is just to create a community of data scientists who can use their skills to solve some of Nigerians' most pressing problems. That is for their female version. So those are the current things that are happening right now, and I encourage you to join any of these groups And then there's another one that we call Women in AI in Nigeria. They're also a community-led initiative, and it's actually not only in Nigeria, we have it all over the world. I'm the ambassador for Nigeria. So it's a community-led initiative that aims to increase the participation and representation of women in AI industry in Nigeria. Not only industry also, but also for research and innovation. And then basically the platform they plan to use is for women to network, learn and collaborate on AI projects. So they also organize events like this, workshop, training, and on whatnot. And some other initiatives, like I was saying yesterday, one of them is Women in Machine Learning. And I actually started with this Women in Machine Learning. And their aim also is to organize workshops and encourage women to AI and machine learning. You know, machine learning is the heartbeat of AI. So what they normally do is that when they have conferences that normally you won't have access to the conference because of the complexities, then they have they give women access, especially master students and PhD students, give them access to this professor emeritus. You know, we have them in different shades, different countries. So try to bring them together and let women have access to them. So when you have access to them, you can discuss research areas, serve as mentors to you, and you will serve as volunteers, give back in return. So these women in machine learning, they are actually in the cloud. They don't have a physical office that they meet, but they are online, and this program is being organized yearly by postgraduate student volunteers. Then we also have Black in AI. This Black in AI, what they are trying to do is that they are trying to mitigate the ethnic or the color gap between AI and the other. So give Black researchers, Black lecturers, Black students the opportunity to work in AI, network, attend conferences, and all of that. But of course, they also give faces to women. So they always encourage us to attend conferences, submit posters, submit ideas, and they also have what we call Black Hair. That's a Black in AI research team. So they put out their calls from time to time. So they want to encourage AI people, that's Black in AI people, to for research, and they give you mentors, and sometimes, most of the time, they sponsor you. If you want to collect data sets, they encourage you, they sponsor you by giving you money to collect the data set and also give you some mentors. And also we have Women in Data Science. This one is in Stanford. It's being organized by the Data Science Group in Stanford University. And they do this every year, and they organize hackathon. And I was telling you about the hackathon. It's usually very interesting. So what they do is that they collect interesting data sets that nobody has seen before, the very first time. So they put out the hackathon there, and when you are attending the hackathon or attempting, they usually put there for a team of 4. So they encourage that if a man wants to participate in the hackathon, then he has to go and bring a female for them to be part of the hackathon. It's not just bringing a female, you train the female also, and you know, that's another way of augmenting the number of females in AI. Then we also talk about women in analytics also, which is also something that is very closely related to machine learning and statistics. And we also have women in big data. There are so many of these things that, so many of these groups, but I only mention this few initiatives here. So, in conclusion, was this supposed to? Okay. I want to talk about this in my take-home before I conclude. This take-home. Now, the take-home here is that this gender bias actually exists. Though, sometimes we want to pretend that it doesn't. It does. It does exist. Now, what do we now want to do? We want to find a way that we can remove this bias. And some of the strategies that I think that we could use to remove this bias is when we come up with so many mentoring programs, just like I mentioned earlier. We try to remove this stereotype. We encourage our female students or female counterparts to STEM, and when we also encourage them to stay in STEM. We organize workshops, and also this gender bias, just like I said, does not only exist in for gender, it also exists for other groups or other underrepresented groups. Like I could see now that my school now, for AI training, we are underrepresented. So just last month, I won a Google grant on, thank you. So the Google grant is based on trying to, is for diversity and inclusion, taking AI beyond computer science department. We try to incorporate other departments like the zoology department, the plant science department, agric, to computer vision group. Computer vision is also part of AI. So, and the second aim is to train everybody on how to use AI for your project work, especially the final year students and our postgraduate students. And also this algorithm bias is something that exists that but we try to overlook. So we say that we domicile AI here in Nigeria or any other thing to do, just like Jim that Prof has told us about. He wants us to domicile it here in Nigeria. Of course, it won't just happen by tapping of your finger or within the twinkle of an eye, but it's something that so far you have sold the idea within you. It's something that can progress over time. And talking about data set also, your model is as smart as your data. So you collect data that is domiciled here because it is wrong also. When you train an algorithm on data set outside of the country and you use the decision here on us, it is not bad. Just like, okay, I'll cite two examples. My vice chancellor now is a professor of oncology, and when he was on his PhD, he was telling his professor that in University of Nottingham that the cancer they have abroad there is different from what we have here in Africa. That's why some of the drugs they prescribe don't work on us. Of course, he didn't believe that until he sponsored him back home to come and bring sample. He discovered that the kind of cancers that we have here is different from what they had there. So, and that means that a lot of things is going to change. The way they manage there is going to be different from our management here. Then even if you build an AI model to detect cancer, or to predict cancer, or to manage cancer, of course, when you bring such algorithm back home, it's going to be completely biased because it wasn't trained with our own kind of data set. So what kind of model are we building? We have to be careful with that because that algorithm bias actually starts from the data set. Another example is when the car that drive. We all know that most of the features of cars are built for men. They are built for men, and it's because of the data set that was collected. So if we now start changing some of the features, like now a pregnant woman can't use seat belts, so they have to go to the back. But of course, if we have car that is built specially, having a pregnant woman in mind is going to be different from what we have here. And there was also sometimes that I tried to build an AI model to classify local songs. Of course, there were bias in some of the results that we got because these algorithms were built for westernized music. Now that Africans are going into building AI models or training the AI models for local that are African songs, the story is changing. So the algorithm bias is what I also encourage us to look into. So in conclusion, that there's still a long way to go in achieving this gender parity in this STEM field. And I also talk about some inspiring case studies and best practices that can serve as models for progress. So we should continue to prioritize and invest in initiatives that promote gender inclusion and diversity in STEM. Thank you so much for your time.